Hello, fashion folks. Today I'm going to read another story, and it's called Coco Chanel, fashion designer who revolutionized women's clothing. Inventive orphan. The second of 6 children, Gabrielle Bonware Chanel was born in Saumur, France in 1883. Her mother, who worked in a laundry, died when Gabrielle was young, and her father, a traveling salesman, put her into an orphanage so she could be cared for by the nuns there. The nuns did a very important thing for Gabrielle. They taught her how to sew, embroider, and iron at an early age. She lived with them until she was 18, when she left for Paris to start a new life. She got the nickname Coco as a singer on stage, but she soon decided that singing was not the job for her, and started a hat-making business instead. She opened her first shop in 1910 with money from one of her friends and admirers, and as her business became more successful, she started making and selling clothes as well. Within 6 years, Coco's shop were doing so well that she was able to repay all the money she had borrowed. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different, chic and comfortable. One of Coco's first successful fashion designs was an old jumper that she turned into a dress one chilly day. Whenever someone admired her dress, she offered to make one for them. This example of making something comfortable into something stylish was at the heart of how she approached fashion. In a time when women were still wearing tight corsets and long petticoats, she set them free. Daringly, she shortened hemlines on skirts and dresses, and designed trousers so that women could walk faster, ride bicycles, and do all the things that men could do. Coco was glamorous, and people wanted to copy her look. She wore her hair very short, in the boyish style that was becoming popular in the 1920s. She also created a perfume and gave it a number because she was told by a fortune teller it was her lucky number. Chanel No. 5 was the first fragrance to carry a designer's name and became the best-selling perfume of all time. It is still popular today, and so are many of her designs, such as her little black dress and her famous jacket and skirt suits. With the little black dress, Coco took a color that was normally used for mourning and showed the world how chic and practical it could be. Her first suit design, which boldly borrowed from men's fashion in a way no one had done before, was comfortable and elegant at the same time. Luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury. A bottle of Coco's first Chanel No. 5 looks almost exactly the same now as it did in the 1920s. Throughout the 1920s, Coco's business grew and grew. She was popular in the world of literature and art too, designing costumes for ballets and spending time with her artist friends, such as Pablo Picasso, in the 1930s. Coco's business continued to do well, even when financial problems all over the world meant that people weren't spending much money on fashion. But when the Second World War broke out, she closed her shops and let her staff go, eventually moving to Switzerland. Coco with her dog, Gigot. Then when she was 70 years old, Coco came back to Paris saying she was dying of boredom. Once again, she became a leader in the world of fashion, winning over women with her elegant, easy-to-wear designs. Shaking the world. Many books have been written, and an award-winning musical and a film have been made about Coco, because the story of the designer herself is as fascinating as the clothes she created. She changed the world of fashion forever, freeing women from clothing that restricted them. Many of her designs combining style and comfort, and her perfume are as popular today as they were nearly 100 years ago. Gabrielle Bonware Coco Chanel. The most courageous act is still to think for yourself aloud. Yeah, that's true, because Chanel, that brand, was more about comfortable and chic, and still chic for women. But another brand called Christian Dior, they let the restricted corsets and petticoats came back to women in the days. So these were two brands that were competing against each other, and they were competitors. Eventually, both brands were successful at both their competition.